Hi everyone. Just doing a video update. I just want to let you know I'm using slightly new video software. It's similar to Screencast-O-Matic, but it's called ScreenPal because I just had my computer fixed and the Screencast-O-Matic wasn't coming up. So I decided to download whatever the crap this is. So we'll see how this goes. I don't even know if this video is going to record, but we're going to try. So I'm just going to go right to it. So there is the threat of a snowstorm Monday night into Tuesday, maybe earlier for the western spots here, or like earlier on Monday, midday Monday. We'll get into the surface map a little bit later. But the basic setup is, and by the way, this is the southern piece of energy. It was back down here that created the storm, and now the storm is out over the Atlantic Ocean and it's going to come up the coast. And the reason for that, watch all this. This is all southern stream energy, and it's coming up the coast. It's not going out to sea, and that's because it was able to get ahead of this trough, which is not negatively tilted. Typically, when we see a positively tilted trough, this crap all goes out to sea and we don't get a storm. But because this southern stream energy was able to get ahead, it was able to come up the coast. It actually combines with the trough a little bit, adding some strength to it. As you can see here, some more deeper reds. The trough becomes more deep and now it goes negative. From northwest to southeast, now it becomes negative. So the trough was rotating um, from positive to negative at the time the storm was coming up, the southern stream energy, and now it's going to come together and become a much stronger system. As you see, it closes off over southern Canada. Um, the surface map is beautiful. I love what the surface map looks like. So so here we go. Okay. So we're at Sunday afternoon. You can see the storm starting to ramp up in the Gulf. Here's your low pressure at 1014 millibars. We see how far that goes down. And you can see that there's moisture coming in on the back end of this. Um, that could also be due to the back end trough here, uh, stirring some upward motion, and then the southern stream energy just kicking in some of the moisture as well. And then it strengthens, and there it is, 994. I love it. And the big part of this is I didn't know if there was going to be cold air or not. Um, so actually, let me see what the threat is here. It would be Monday night into Tuesday for most people. It goes down to 973. So then it bombs out as it goes up to New England coast. So this would be a pretty substantial storm for most people in the Mid-Atlantic and New England if this lived out. And this high here, there's a cold plume in the Midwest right now, and I think what's happening is that this high pressure is actually funneling in cold air into the Northeast. I know it's kind of hard to picture that, and that's not always how the wind flows, but the jet stream is wavy and it does certain things. So the jet stream could be dipping down, um, like goes down here, and then it goes up like that east of the New England coast. So I do think there is some cold air coming from the Midwest, which is allowing the precipitation type to be wintry or snow across most of the Northeast. So, if you want a map of the threat for who's going to potentially get snow, this would be it. So, it would be pretty much all of New England, uh, all of southern New England, and the Mid Atlantic, going back towards Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Tennessee. And we know the storm starts down in the Gulf. Not going to get much snow down there, maybe a little bit, but that would be the general area to look for potential impacts from a storm. Now I'm going to show you the European model, which is a lot different. And uh, and this is a very big jump from yesterday. Actually, this is last night's run of the European model. Um, don't have this morning's yet. I just got to go back a little bit. Okay, so here's the southern stream energy, and here is the trough, the northern trough. And watch this. The northern trough does what it does, which is pretty much what it does in the GFS, but the southern stream energy does not get out ahead of it. So what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means no storm. See, all this precipitation just misses us. We may get a little rain from the primary trough in the north, but nothing from the southern stream energy. So it's still up in the air what's going to happen. But for a snowstorm threat map, I was a little lazy. I didn't feel like making one today. But for a snowstorm threat map, look to the service map of the GFS. Um, that would be a good map to look at. Um, Personally, I don't know which one is right, which solution is right. Um, I know typically this time of year, nor'easters tend to be snowy in the New England area and rainy in the Mid Atlantic. Um, but basically, what the difference is that this southern stream energy has to get out ahead of this trough in order to be able to come up the coast rather than out to sea. So if that happens, we may have a good snowstorm on our hands. So that's Monday night through Tuesday. All right, thanks, guys. I'll make another video on Saturday.